Good evening, students and traders. My name is Michael Tawill, and I am going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally welcome all of you on behalf of Market Traders Institute, and I just want to go ahead and just confirm that this is actually part of a series that we've been doing all week. If you're looking there on your screen, you can see that it says Forex Wealth Mini Workshop Series, and I want to do a quick audio and video check before we begin, so if you can hear me loud and clear, and if you can see my screen that says you're about to discover, if you could please be so kind as to type in a Y for yes, just to let me know, yep, Mike, we're good to go. Awesome. Thank you, George, Ian, Robert, ER, Barry, Lassane, George, Marty, Nimal, and everybody else that's typing in yes. Thank you for that. We do have well over 150 people with us at the moment. And anyways, I want to go ahead and let's just get started. And I want to go ahead and welcome everybody personally because I am excited and I'm honored to be here with everyone today. And I am here today to help you discover the powerful FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto, as well as another system that I'm going to actually introduce to you today, and simple ways to increase your Forex profit potential right now. Okay, we'll also be discussing the next leg of the tipping point trading prediction and how this can help you prepare for upcoming trades in particular, and how these movements will be used and can be used to help jumpstart your trading careers. Now, I will tell you that the tools, the strategies, and the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today, they allow me personally to be a consistently profitable Forex trader, and I want to empower you today to follow our step-by-step approach to help you achieve the financial freedom that you not only want, but that you do deserve. Now, I will note that these web presentations, they are not recorded. They are live. And I personally enjoy the interaction. And what I find is that the majority of clients and students take advantage of this, well, they do benefit from the interaction as well. So what I want to ask everyone to do at this time is if you can please go ahead and grab a pen and a piece of paper. All right, when you have that pen and piece of paper, please come back on and just type in a yes, that you do in fact have that pen and paper. Awesome. Thank you, Robert, Lassane, Denise, Daryl, Veronica, Ian, Kevin, Imran, and everybody else that's typing in yes. Thank you for that. All right, so before we begin, I want to let you know that trading does have its own form of risk involved. Okay, you should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose, and always trade with equity management in mind. Okay, there is no such thing as an undefeated season, and you may incur losses from time to time, but the key is to keep your profits high and have minimal losses. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean by that when we get into the live market. Now, we do endorse going through the education in its entirety and begin trading as a knowledgeable trader. All right, so let me start off by letting you know that live each weekday, as a matter of fact, tonight we do have an announcement, and it's our tipping point prediction. As a client of MTI, you will receive exclusive information regarding a major market movement. Now, this is a 2,000 pip movement in one currency pair, and it's another 1,000 pip movement on another. Now, this is brand new. It was launched just the other week. And what does that mean to you? Well, at $10 per pip, that would be a $30,000 a year making opportunity between now and the end of this year. Just the other week alone, in 1 week, we generated over 300 pips. That's over 3,000 US dollars. And the next huge round of trades are setting themselves up tonight, and you can be a part of this. All right, I will give you a sneak peek of this movement when we hit the live market. Now, I'm telling you that if you want to have a huge advantage on this market, you cannot afford to miss out on this. However, this is a special exclusive unveiling, and this is only for MTI students. And you will be shown how to take advantage of these opportunities from our instructors live. So I want to welcome everybody. I see we have a handful of people that just joined us here in the last minute or so. And once again, my name is Michael Tawill, and I'm going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally thank you all for your attendance today. So let's go ahead and let's get right into it. The very first thing I want to do is I want to share with you a little bit about myself. Okay, so who am I? Well, for the past 7 years, I've been coaching and mentoring individuals on essentials necessary to succeed in the marketplace. I speak to organizations and large audiences ranging in upwards of 10 to 15,000 people at any given time, training them on how to become a results-driven achiever. I am a highly analytical thinker with a niche for identifying, improving, and streamlining complex work processes. Now, I want to share something with you. About 90 days ago, a little over 90 days ago now, I was actually sitting in a seat just like you are today, watching one of these presentations for the very first time. Okay, I liked what I saw, but I had questions and I had concerns if I could really do something like this and if this would truly work for me. Well, shortly thereafter, I did take advantage of what Market Traders Institute offers, and I quickly found myself learning how to use simple strategies to gain a huge advantage on this market. And I'm proud to say that now I am partnered up with MTI, and I'm now actually teaching others how to succeed as well. So it's pretty neat. All right, I now wake up each morning excited knowing that my opportunities trading this market are absolutely endless, and I'm here today to share with you the same exact methods that I've learned and that I'm now currently using to quickly grow confidence in trading the Forex market and to show you why I wake up excited each morning, okay? I will tell you that everything I know about trading the Forex, I did learn from Market Traders Institute. I am an ultimate trader, and I believe the best way to predict the future is simply to create it. All right, so just a couple quick housekeeping things I want to cover real quick. When I say, hey guys, do you have any questions? Okay, all you have to do is just enter in a response into the question section, and I will respond. But if for whatever reason I'm demonstrating a trading opportunity, all right, one of my educational specialists will respond to you privately. Okay, so first and foremost, let me ask you this: how many people do I have with me in today's presentation that are currently Forex traders? So if you're a Forex trader, please type in a me. And I want you to know, I mean demo, live, I mean if you're trading the Forex in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. Great. That's Chris, Robert, Chris again, Rodzi, Ol, Kevin, Ian, Matt, John, and everyone else that's typing in me. Awesome. So it looks like we have a small concentration of Forex traders, and then it looks like we have others in here that look to be brand new. All right, so let me ask you this. Do I have anybody in this presentation that has never traded anything before, ever? If that's you, just please type in a me. All right, thank you, Jaya, Veronica, Denise, Brian, Amy, Gladys, and everybody else is typing in me. So I know some of you may have some experience, so some of this may be a great review for you, but to really level the playing field, we are going to cover a bit of information about Market Traders Institute, all right, and then I'm going to go into an introduction into the Forex, and finally, we are going to hit the live market. All right, but before we begin, I have just a few questions for you before we move on, okay? How many of you would want me to share with you today how you can start making more money right now? And how many of you would want me to share with you a time and tested way of trading proven to create successful traders over the last 20 years? And how many of you would want me to share with you an easy to follow blueprint that can help you clearly identify high winning percentage trading opportunities every single day, every single week, and every single year? Well, I am excited today because what you're about to discover here in just a moment is 3 ways to maximize your trading profits fast. Okay, you're also going to discover trading strategies such as the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto, all right, and other simple ways to increase your profit in this market, and how to identify wave patterns and Japanese candlestick formations, how to enter a trade and why, and how to exit a trade and why. And in fact, today I am going to go live, and I'm going to open up my MTI 4.0 trading software, all right, and I'm going to show you behind the curtain so that you can see my 3 insider secrets to Forex trading success. And you're also going to hear from some of our students and clients as well. All right, but before we do all of that, I have just a few questions for you so that I can make sure that I know your personal motivation. I'd like for you to write the answers to these questions on a piece of paper and also type them into the chat section. Now, this is really important. What I found is that when people do this, they will retain 95% of the information. All right, so let me go ahead and let me ask you the first question. What is your #1 reason for being here? Right? Go ahead and jot the answer down now. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Yeah, security, financial independence, quit my job, more time with kids, have fun at retirement, financial freedom, peace of mind, income growth, to create a legacy. Hi, Irma, Linda, to you as well. Yeah, once again, these are all live a comfortable life, quit my job, travel the world, spend more time with my children. These are all great answers. Second, all right, why is this important to you? What is the core reason that you want to do this? Why do you want to make more money right now? Yeah, to keep earning, financial independence and freedom, income growth, and travel the world. Yeah, bring wife home from work, raise my children, to lead a better life, to be more financially independent, financial freedom, financial stability, no bosses, no, that's funny, Barry. I don't know if I could read that one out loud. For a lifestyle, awesome. All right, so third, how will this help you and your family? More time together, quality time, travel. Awesome. Reduce stress. That's a great one. All right, and then finally, if you were going to make Forex trading your full-time income, all right, how much money would you need to make at trading to replace your full-time income on a monthly basis? Awesome. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Amy and John, Noah, Barry, Hassan, Nimal, Robert, and everybody else is typing in those responses. Great. And really quick, I just want to personally thank each and every one of you that are, responding to my questions and interacting with me, because I really don't like chatting to a blank chat. And so I really do, once again, just want to take a moment out and appreciate all those that are responding and interacting with me this evening. So thank you for that. So what I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to show you how to use an easy system to potentially propel you to the successes that you are looking for, all right? Now, I'm not talking system in literal terms, all right? Market Traders has broken down the word system into an acronym, and it stands for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. And that's what we're going to be going over today, an easy, simple system. So, as to not waste your time today, I want to make a promise to you. And my promise to you is this, that by the end of this presentation, you will see how professional traders use simple methods to predict where the market is going, and how you can use that skill to make substantial income for yourself in your free time starting today. And in fact, by the end of this presentation, you may know more about the Forex market than 90% of the world. All right, so for those of you that are wondering, who is MTI? Well, MTI stands for Market Traders Institute. We were founded by Jared Martinez in February of 1994, and we are located in Lake Mary, Florida. We employ over 100 of the most talented staff in the industry, and over the last 20 years, they have had the honor of working with over 30,000 clients from all corners of the world. If you take a look at your screen there, you'll notice that Florida Trend and Orlando Business Journal has actually recognized MTI as being one of the top best companies to work for in 2014. Now, we operate under a single mission, which is to create successful traders. And since client satisfaction is highly important to MTI, we've designed all of their client interactions around a single sentence. We never leave a client behind. Now, let's hear from Trisha W. She's from Ontario, Canada. She began MTI's Ultimate Traders Package on January 4th of 2013. And she was skeptical about MTI since she had been burned in the past by other companies. Let's go ahead and hear from her now. Trisha says, the live interaction is priceless. You have someone there with you, for you, and helping you along each step of the way. If you don't understand and if you have questions, the analysts respond with written and visual examples. So imagine that, right? Imagine finding a company that treats you like family. When times are great or when times get tough, family is truly what makes everything better. Now, I can almost assure you that 99% of the people in this room right now are here for one reason, and that is to make money. But it's a little bit deeper than that, okay? You're here to learn or to find a solution to a problem or challenge that you're either currently facing or that you fear you may be facing here in the near future. Well, what are these challenges? Challenges such as, do you have enough money set aside for retirement? Do you have money set aside for your children? Do you have money set aside to live the life that you and your family not only want, but that you deserve? Do you have enough money to eliminate your debt? And do you have enough money set aside for emergencies? You see, these are all challenges that we do hear about on a daily basis that people just like you are trying to overcome. Well, let me ask everyone in this room a question, okay? If something were to happen to you tomorrow and that you were not able to work or provide for your family, would your family be able to survive and live the lifestyle that they deserve without you and without your current stream of income? Awesome. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kevin, Hassan, Denise, Dwayne, Veronica, Jaya, Sydney, Una, and everybody else that's responding. You see, to me personally, this is one of the biggest challenges that I've identified, that I've accepted, and that I've put plans in place for to ensure that my family can live a life of wealth and abundance. And I hope that many of you take action like I have, and this is how you can do it. We are here to provide you solutions to your challenges with the Ultimate Traders Package on demand. Right? This is your on-demand financial freedom solution. This package is the most complete, most turnkey, easy-to-use, step-by-step trading program available in the world today. It's now time to introduce you to the CEO and the founder of MTI, Jared Martinez. He's known around the world as the FX Chief. Now, he's been trading the Forex market for over 25 years, and he established MTI because he wished that he had a mentor early on in his career. Now, his talents are endless when it comes to the Forex, so much so that he created the world's only Forex course that is accepted in major universities around the globe. All right, and I'm excited to share with you some of his secrets to really help you become wealthy and financially free, if that's what you want, of course. So stay with me, because at the end of this presentation today, I will let you know how you can spend 3 days with the FX Chief or a Certified Market Pro for free. Now let me ask, how many of you would like to do that? Absolutely, right? All right, so what I want to do now is I want to level the playing field before we hit the live market, okay? So if you're wondering, what is the Forex market? Well, The Forex market is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity, which really means that it's a market of limitless financial opportunity. And in fact, what the Forex market means to me personally is that it is the easiest, the most predictable, and most safest way to invest. Now, if you are a finance junkie like me, and you pay attention to Bloomberg, CNBC, etc., and you're reading the publications, then you probably noticed, and especially if you've been doing this for a while now, that the Forex market is really starting to take center stage. And what I want to do is I want to bring all this together for you. All right? Now, what I want to do is I want to get into some basics real quick. I want to explain what are pips, why do we want to capture pips, and also what are we trying to accomplish in this market, okay? So real quick, what we do in this market is we trade one country's currency against another. Now here on the screen, we can see this is the Great British Pound versus the US dollar, all right? In this market, in essence, what we're trying to do is take this currency versus another currency in an attempt to figure out which one is going to gain in value against the other, all right? If you look now at the top left-hand side of my screen, you will see that there's a 240 next to the name of the currency pair. That number denotes that this time frame is 240 minutes per candlestick. That means that each candle represents what the market has done during that time frame. Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. Now, the way this market works is we actually teach people to trade using Japanese candlestick formations. And that's what all these weird-looking rectangles are on your screen. These are Japanese candlesticks. Now, is there anybody here that's not familiar with Japanese candlesticks? If you're not, please type in a me. Okay, thank you. So what a Japanese candlestick is that it's a visual representation of how much the market moved in whatever time frame you select. All right, what you're looking at right now is Market Traders Institute's Wealth Acceleration 4.0 charting software. Now you have full customization ability where you can create whatever time frame you'd like to view. In addition, what we do with these Japanese candlesticks is we look at them to identify patterns, all right, which gives us some sort of hint as to which way the market is actually heading. All right, now this is where we get into the good stuff. This is where we start talking about how we actually make money. What we're trying to do in this market is capture pips. So PIP is an acronym, and it stands for Price Interest Point. So let me explain to you in the simplest of terms how that actually works. A PIP has the exact same relationship as a penny does to a dollar. All right? Is everyone in this presentation familiar with the US dollar? If you are, please type in a yes. All right, great. All right, so let me ask this. How many pennies are there in a US dollar? 100, right? So everyone does realize there's 100 pennies in a dollar. That means that a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar, okay? Well, if you can imagine that we are looking for a unit of measure, all right, a monetary unit of measure smaller than $1, even smaller than 1 penny, then that unit of measure smaller than a penny would be equivalent to a pip. So a pip represents 1/100th of a penny, just like a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. Does this make sense to everyone in the room? If it does, just please type in a yes into the question section. And once again, I appreciate all of you that are interacting with me and responding to my questions, because it really lets me know where we're at, lets me know that everyone's on point, on par, and we're good to go. So thank you for that once again. Now, as I start showing you the way this actually works, okay, you're all going to have questions about the way you can actually do this, all right? And we will be covering that. However, if you look now at the price action of this chart on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see the pips, all right? The pips are represented in the final 2 digits of these numbers. Now, in a price fluctuation, if this market were to move from 1.65 to 1.66, that is a 1 full cent increase. And at the same time in the Forex market, that is a 100 pip increase. All right? Does everyone understand that? Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. So I want you to go ahead and write this down, okay? In this market, we trade in units called lots. Now, there are standard lots, and then there are mini lots. A mini lot controls $10,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $1. A standard lot controls $100,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $10. All right, now, the best part of this market is that your cost to get involved in a mini lot trade is only a $200 investment, and your cost to get involved in a standard lot trade is only a $2,000 investment from your trading account. The broker will borrow this investment size, allowing you to place the trade. Now, you can only win or lose pips, okay? The original investment of either $200 for a mini lot or $2,000 for a standard lot goes back into your account at the completion of the trade. Does everyone understand this? All right, perfect. Thank you for that. Now, excuse me. Now, this is the important stuff, guys. All right, this is where you're going to be able to figure out how much money can you make in this market, okay? not just how much money can be made in this market. Now, I want you to go ahead and type this into the chat section now. If you were to go ahead and get started in the Forex market today, and you were to open up a live account today, how much would you be able to fund your account with? And I want you to go ahead and make it real, okay? Because we're about to hit the live market. Awesome. Thank you, Sydney, Kevin, Nimal, Jose, Kenny, Jerome, Robert, and everybody else that's typing in those responses. Thank you for that. All right, perfect. Thank you, everybody, once again. All right. Now, what a trading system is, okay, a trading system is indicators on a specific currency pair, on a specific time frame, and specific market conditions. It's simply a group of specific rules or parameters that determine entry and exit points. Now, these points that are known as signals are often marked on the chart in real time, and they prompt the immediate execution of a trade. So let's go ahead and let's get right into it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up, I'm going to pull up my MTI 4.0 acceleration charting software. When you do see the software pulled up on your screen, if you could please be so kind as to type in a Y for yes to let me know that, yep, Mike, I do see your charts up on the screen. We're good to go. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for that. Now, let me start off by letting you know that there's many different ways to trade this market, okay? And there's many different posers out there that are all plug and play, you know? They have all this marketing behind them, but they have absolutely nothing to back it up. And what does it do? It instills fear into people in regards to systems. Well, what you need to know is that we provide constant updates to our systems. We constantly monitor our systems a minimum of twice a week. We make sure that all of our systems are up to date with current market conditions. Now, there's many different ways to skin a cat when it comes to being successful trading the Forex market. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that saying before. But what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you a simple, now, it's not easy, but a simple way of getting in and getting out of this market with a plan. Now, before I get into the market, I want to discuss this plan with you. Is it safe to say that if we can show you today how to consistently make money in this market with an easy-to-follow trading system, would it be worth your time attending today? Perfect. Because my goal as a teacher is not to make the complex complicated, it's to take what's complicated and make it simple. And to me, that's the definition of what a teacher does. A teacher takes what's complicated and makes it simple. How many of you agree with me on that? Yeah, for sure, right? So what I'm going to show you right now is I'm going to show you how to combine systems with technical analysis, and we are going to roll it all into one simple and easy plan. All right, the very first chart I want to open up is I'm going to open up the Euro and Australian dollar currency pair on a 60-minute time frame. All right? If you're taking notes, great job. If you're not, you probably want to write this down. A trader needs three things. You need to know where the market's going. You need to know where to get in, and you need to know where to get out. Those are the three things. So it's safe to say, folks, that once you know where it's going, where to get in, and where to get out, do you think that's a plan? Absolutely. Now, once again, how to get there, I mean, we can skin a cat many different ways. I mean, my gosh, I can literally show you the most complex ways of trading where I put on 5 or 6 different indicators. And then I can go through all this manual analysis, identifying support and resistance. And then I can throw on the chart 6 different convergences that we're looking for. And then I can pull up 5 or 6 different checklists that I have to walk through to make sure that I have the absolute best trading opportunities at hand. That's the most complex way to do it, right? Or what I can do is use an easy-to-follow system that will give me answers to all 3 of those questions in the shortest amount of time possible. Because I want you to first become a believer that you can see how money is made, and then you can see how to go get that money. So is that fair for everyone in the room that I take you through that journey? Okay, because I told you that by the time we finish, you will know more about the Forex market than 90% of the people out there. Didn't I promise you that? Absolutely. All right, so the very first thing I want you to take a look at, and I want to recognize real quick, is how this market actually moves. All right, this market moves in what you call a wave-like pattern. It makes highs, it makes lows. It makes highs, it makes lows. And it continues the process. What goes down must come up. What goes up must come down. And here you notice we're making lower lows and lower highs. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. How many of you see that? All right, now the question is, well, Mike, how do you actually make those predictions, and how can you read the market? Well, obviously, right now, you see the market's going up and the market's going down, right? However, to the untrained eye, you don't see what I see because I've been trained by MTI. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this easy because let's just say, hypothetically speaking, all right, we pull up the chart. All right, we pull up the chart, and you're looking to get into the market. And if you're wondering, well, Mike, where exactly Where exactly am I looking to get in? Let's put a line right here so that I can make sure that we're all on the same page, right? Let's say right here. Boom. All right? You're looking to get into the market at the close of that candlestick right there. All right? So you get home from work, you pull up your computer, and instead of watching TV like most people, in America do anyways, all right, you actually decide to pull up your charts because you decide that you want to make some money while you're not at work. And you know what? I applaud you for that. All right? So let's get into that mindset. So once again, let's look at the black line. So now the question is, 3 questions. Where's the market going? Where am I going to get in? And where am I going to get out? So go ahead and type into the question section now. All right? We have close to 200 people with us this evening. And so if you can all please be so kind, let me know which way is the market going. Is the market going up? Is the market going down? You tell me which way is the market going. And even if you don't know, just take a guess. All right? All right, I'm getting up, down, sideways, up, down, down, up, down, down, mostly range bound, up, down, sideways. Okay, cool. So we have a lot of sideways, we have quite a few ups, and we have quite a few downs. So it's about a 50-50 split all around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to advance this market forward, and let's see what happens. All right, take a look at that. How many of you see the market climbing? Right? How many of you see that? Chris answers up right now. Great job, Chris. So once again, all right, take a look at that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to use my box information tool. Let's take a look at how many pips we actually generated. All right, I got into the market right there. I got out right there at the close of that white candlestick. All right, and take a look there. If all of you are wondering, well, how do you look at how many pips? See the red dot right here? Take a look at the top left-hand side of the screen. How many of you see the word range? Yep, great job, Susan. Absolutely. See the number next to range, 437? Range equals pips. So range, 437 pips. Fair enough? All right, so at this point, off this one trade alone, all right, you generated 437 pips. So you're up 437 pips, or 4,370 US dollars. And as a matter of fact, we got in last Thanksgiving, and we got out 5 days later. So 437 pips, or 4,370 US dollars, if you're trading standard lots, of course, in 5 days. How many of you would like to generate this type of income in 5 days? Right? Would that benefit you? Would you be okay with that? What would it do for you? All right? So once again, for all of those that said the market's going up, I applaud you because you just made, all right, over 400 pips, over $4,000 in 5 days over Thanksgiving. How many of you would be excited about that, right? Absolutely. So congratulations to all those that said it's going up. Now, for all those that said it's going down, or maybe said sideways and you didn't place a trade, all right, I'm very extremely sorry for either your loss of $4,000 or your miss out on $4,000, right? So this is the game plan. I want to empower you to take advantage of this market. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a simple system. Now, it's simple to use, but it wasn't simple to build. I'm going to put on the FX Turbo Trader. Now, as I am putting this on, you are all going to have questions, more likely than not, as to, man, what are all these different colors? What do all these dates mean? And by the way, I want to let you know right now that I am going to, when I pull up some other examples, I am going to be moving more to a more current time frame. I'm just going to show you an example of what this system actually does, and then I am going to bring it to a more current time frame when I pull up some other currency pairs, if any of you out there are wondering, okay? So let's take a look right here. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to add, let's see here, I want to add some more bars of memory real quick. All right, let me just do this. Okay. All right, there we go. Perfect. So let's take a look at this. The very first thing I want you to look at is this teal blue line. How many of you see this teal blue line? Fair enough? So the candles, what happens when the candles are above the teal blue line? Okay, what does that mean? Well, when the candles are above the teal blue line, anything above the teal blue line is basically your buy zone. All right? So above the teal, if you're taking notes, above the teal blue line is your buy zone. You can even take snapshots on your computer if you'd like. Okay? When you have candles below the teal blue line, all right? Candles below the teal blue line, what do you think that represents? Can anyone tell me? Yep, great job, Susan, and everybody else is typing that in. Sell zone. So candles above the teal blue line, buy zone. Candles below the teal blue line, sell zone. Fair enough? Now, you have indicators. You have red indicators, and you have red indicators, and you have green indicators. Okay? So let's take a look. What do those red indicators and green indicators actually mean? I know what many of you are thinking right now. You're probably thinking, well, what is the indicator? I wish I could tell you what the indicators are. I don't know them. I didn't build them. The FX chief built this, but what I do know is how to use it, and that's what's most important. It's proprietary to MTI and the FX chief himself. All right, so let's look at the candles. Look at the candles above the teal blue line with the green indicators. All right, guess what the green indicator means? It means go. Green means buy. All right, now, once again, green means go, green means buy. Take a look at the red indicator with the candles below the teal blue line with the red indicators. How many of you can tell me what that means? Bingo. Red means stop, red means sell. All right? So write that down. When you have that written down, type in a done. All right. Perfect. Thank you all for that. All right, so let's take a look real quick. Okay? Right now, what have we done? We've officially answered. All right, I now have 2 answers to my 3 questions. I know where the market's going, and I know where to get in. So right now, at this point, let's say I'm in it selling. Okay? I'm just sitting there idling by, living my life, letting the market do its thing, and guess what? What do you think we're going to do when the market crosses back above the teal blue line? As such, how many of you see that right there? Okay? What do you think we're going to do? We are basically going to take our profit. We're going to get out. We're going to reverse our position. Absolutely. Okay? So with that being said, that's exactly what I would have done, and that's exactly how this actual strategy and the system works. Does that make sense? And so what we've done now is we've officially answered our 3 questions. We've answered where's the market going, where are we getting in, and where are we getting out. So let me go ahead. I know most of you probably don't like tests and exams, but let me ask you all a question. Okay? I just want to see who's paying attention here. Right now, if you were to pull up your computer, and this is what you saw on your computer, it was just you, your charts, your system, and yourself, okay? What would you do right now if you were to place a trade based on what you see? Bingo. I have the majority of you saying buy, 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 buy. You're absolutely right. Okay, 1 or 2 of you did say sell. Well, it's okay. I'm going to be getting into some more examples, so it'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, but why am I going to buy? Here's why. Because I have candles above the teal blue line. I see more consistency here. I know you see kind of it's riding the teal blue line, but here there's more consistency, and I have a green indicator. So if you were to have bought into that trade, let's see what would have happened. I'm going to advance the market forward and take a look at that. All right, how many of you see that? How many of you now see just what a simple addition of a system can truly do? All right, we went from having a 50-50 split with the same example earlier to now having 95% of you on the right side of the trade. So take a look at that. How many of you find value in that? How many of you can truly see just how simple an addition of a system can really do? All right, we now have 95% of the right people on the right side of the trade. Now, for me, I'm just like many of you, okay? To really be a believer, I've got to see this at least 3 times. Well, I'm going to do something even better than that. I'm going to show you 4, 5, 6, 7 examples as to how this actually holds true. Fair enough? So let me go ahead and pull up a different currency pair here. And what I'm pulling up right now, this is the Great British Pound and the Australian Dollar currency pair on a 60-minute time frame. For those of you that are wondering, what date are we on? We are actually, I backtracked to May 8th. Why did I do that? Very simple. Because I want you to get a firsthand glimpse as to if you were to have taken advantage of this market, okay? If you took advantage of this market and this system and MTI, 1, 2, 3 months ago, where could you be today? And also it allows you to cast a vision and see where you can be 1, 2, 3 months from now. Fair enough? So let's take a look. Based on what you see right now, all right, how many of you can tell me what you would do right now based on the candles below the teal blue line with a red indicator? How many of you can tell me what you would do? Yeah, the majority of you are saying selling. You're absolutely right. Okay? So I'm in selling. I'm in selling along with Denise, Jerome, Chris, Veronica, Rodzi, Sydney, right? Selween, Ephraim, and everybody else is typing that in. So once again, if a lot of you are wondering, Mike, where would you have personally placed your trade? I personally would have placed my trade. I would have got into the market. I would have got in right there. Okay. Now we placed our trade. We're simply living our life. We're letting the market do its thing. How many of you see that the market is starting to take a dip, and you now have confidence in which way the market's actually heading, right? See, before, what most people do is they either don't trade, they want to, but they don't trade because they don't know what to do and they don't know where to start, or people are going to basically, when you're confident, when you're bold, convicted, and you know your strategy and you're 100% confident, that's when trading becomes fun. But when people are just gamble trading, it's very dangerous and it's a very easy way to lose a lot of your money. And so once again, we just got in, we're living our life, doing our thing, spending more quality time with our family, our loved ones, maybe we're still working or we're retired, traveling. And you know what? What are we doing? We're simply waiting for the market to cross back above the teal blue line. And what are we going to do when the market crosses back above the teal blue line, right? Now, I want to quickly note, what you just saw, that's a wick, okay? So we're waiting for an actual candlestick to close above the teal blue line, all right? So once again, there it is. How many of you see that? So basically, we know where we were getting in, and right now, I know where I'm getting out. Fair? Fair enough? All right? So let's take a look at how many pips we just generated. Well, I got into the market right here. I got out right here. How many of you can tell me how many pips that is? That's 202 pips, right? So how many of you would like to generate 202 pips, right, on one single trade? And as a matter of fact, let's see how long that took, right? 202 pips or 2,020 US dollars. So how long did that take? Well, we got in on the 7th. We got out on the 17th. So that was 10 days. All right, how many of you would like to generate 202 pips in 10 days while you're still living your life, doing your thing, continuing to do the things you love, spend time with the people you enjoy spending time with, not taking away from anything? Does that make sense? And so once again, that's one trade. And what are we going to do now? Well, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look for my next trade opportunity. Now, based on what you see, let me go ahead and compress the chart real quick. I want to show you something. Okay? How many of you see that it's riding the teal blue line right there? You see that? When it's riding the teal blue line, okay, that's indecision. That's sideways movement. What I'm looking for is more of a consistent direction. Does that make sense? Okay, so at this point, what I'm doing is I'm going to wait, okay? And if you're wondering, well, what about buying? Well, we don't have a green indicator yet. We have a red one. And that's why we're not selling, because we need candles below the teal blue line. Does that make sense? So I'm waiting for my next indicator now. Based on what you see right now, how many of you can tell me what would you do based on what you see right now? Bingo. Yep. I have the majority of you saying buy. Absolutely. Okay, well, why are we buying? Simple. We have a consistent direction above the teal blue line. We have a green indicator, and those are all the positive signs we need to give us a go on this trade. So we place our trade. We are now back to living our life, okay, doing the things that we enjoy doing. And one thing that I wanted to trade for a long time, but the reason I didn't early on is because I thought that, I had to sit in my room all day and stare at a computer 24 hours a day, and, every little candle that's moving. How many of you would like a way to literally, not have to sit there and stare at your computer 24/7, like a lot of people think they have to do, right? But be able to literally place a trade, live your life, right, and just have it generate profit for you, right, while you're out doing the things that you enjoy doing. Does that make sense? Or sit there and I know some people that aren't educated in the market and they trade, and every little candle, they're nervous, they're sweating, anxiety, they're scared, and they just don't know. They either get in too late, or they get out too late, or they just pick the wrong direction. And once again, that's a lot of stress. And so once again, I'm just simply waiting for the market to cross back below the teal blue line. And the moment it does, take a look there. There it is. That's my signal. I'm going to basically get out right here, okay? And I am now going to go ahead and see how many pips I generated. And for those of you that are wondering, well, Mike, where would you have gotten in? I personally would have gotten in right here, okay, at this candlestick right there. I got out right here. We are up 231 pips. How many of you see that? All right? So 231 pips. Or, all right, 2,310 US dollars. All right? So once again, 2 trades, not bad. We're up over $4,000. Well, what are we going to do now? We are simply waiting for our next opportunity. Okay? So I'm going to advance the market forward, and let's see what we're going to do next. All right. Based on what you see, how many of you can tell me what would you do right now based on what you see? you're going to sell. Why? Because your candles are below the teal blue line and you have a red indicator, right? Go ahead and just type in a Y for yes if you're with me and if you understand and if you're catching along as to what I'm showing you and you feel that this would truly benefit you and your family, if you could actually see yourself trading and being successful at what I'm showing you with what I'm showing you, right? If that's you, just show me, just type in a Y for yes just to let me know, right? And so once again, we're going to advance the market forward. We are now selling. We're back to living our life, doing the things that I enjoy doing. And, you know, one thing I never understood really, the one reason that I found this so great is because, you know, I used to work, when I used to, you know, a couple of years back when I was just working, you know, just a job, it was so difficult because, you know, it's like, you know, I was running out of money before I ran out of month, and I didn't understand where the money went. I knew where the money was going before I even got my checks, and it was very difficult to get ahead. I mean, I couldn't even really do anything at travel time or vacation time just because I couldn't afford it. And I knew that there had to be a better way just to be able to go do the things you want to do or buy the things you want to buy, and that's what actually attracted me to the Forex market, believe it or not. So once again, we have a cross back above the teal blue line. What are we going to do? Well, most of you already guessed it. We are going to get out of the market right there. All right? So let's go ahead. What else are we going to do? We're going to take our profits. I personally would have got into the market right here at the close of this candlestick, and I would have got out right here. And how many people can tell me how many pips that is? That's 116 pips, right? How many of you see that? Yep. Perfect. So you're up 116 pips, or 1,160 US dollars. All right? So once again, we placed 3 trades, and look at where we're at right now. All right? Well, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to use a quick example. And what I want to show you real quick is this. I'm just going to use the example of you opened up your live account, let's just say for $5,000. Now, if you're out there and you're not able to fund your account with $5,000, it's okay. I don't want to lose you. All right? It's okay. I'm just using $5,000 for the sake of the example that I'm showing you right now. But with what I'm showing you right now, I would like for you to take whatever you're going to be able to fund your account with and use that as the example. Is that fair to say? All right? So we funded our account with a $5,000 initial account balance, right? And then what? Well, that's what we started with. Fair enough? Well, what about our profits? All right? Well, we're up. This is 2,020 plus 2,310 plus 1,160 is 5,490. So $5,490 profit in 25 days. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean at the end? Well, what that basically means is this: what you have now in your account is you have $10,490 total account balance. So how many of you would like to more than double your account in less than 30 days? How many of you would be okay with that? Okay, so real quick, for those of you out there that are, you know, type in a, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. If you're out there and you're conservative, if you're the non-aggressive type, you don't like a lot of risk, type in the word no. Just type in the word no if you're not aggressive. If you're not a risk taker, you want to succeed, but you don't really care to be too aggressive. All right, fair enough. Now, for those of you that are probably, you know, biting at your fingertips to say, yes, I am aggressive, how many of you are aggressive traders? Type in yes. Laird already took that one. All right, fair enough. Sean, I'm with you, buddy. All right, great. Here's what I want you to do. For those of you that are not risk takers, I'm going to put no risk. You're simply going to withdraw. I want you to withdraw $5,000 from your account. All right? And guess what? You know what that means? Every win, everything you make from here on out is absolutely nothing but 100% pure profit. You are literally trading home free, risk free. You know, you can't lose. If you lose anything, or sorry, what I meant to say is you can't lose is, I mean, you will incur losses from time to time. I'll show you what I mean, but you can't lose anything, any initial investment. You're only going to lose profit if you do lose. Does that make sense? And so it's a win-win situation for you at this point. A lot of weight off your shoulders. Now, for those of you that are going, well, what about the ones that are aggressive? Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put risk taker. Okay. And Laird is asking, Mike, why can't I withdraw $7,000 instead? Laird, the reason I'm saying 5,000 is because that's what we initially hypothetically opened up our account with. And so I'm simply having you withdraw whatever you invested initially before you started trading. So at this point, you're up nothing but 100% profit. Fair enough? So right now for the risk takers, all right, so risk takers, I'm going to go ahead and I want you to trade 2 standard lots instead of 1. So at this point, everything I was showing you is 1 standard lot, but what you're doing now is I want you to trade 2 standard lots. What does that mean? Well, everything you make from here on out is absolutely nothing but pure, you're going to double it. So if you, let's just say this trade, 202 pips. If you traded 2 standard lots on that trade, you would have actually been up 404 pips, right? And you would have been up $4,040. Does that make sense? So that's what I want you all to do. Now, for those of you that are saying, well, Mike, I can't fund my account with $5,000, okay, here's what I want you to do. What we do at MTI, okay, and I'm going to show you this in a little bit, is we actually provide a game plan for you. We teach you and show you how to get to where you want to go. So if you say, Mike, you know, this is where I'm at, this is where I have to start, but this is where I want to be 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, we are going to individualize, we're going to have a game plan specifically for you. And so let's just say you have to start off trading at micro lots, which is the absolute smallest lot size available. Let's just say you trade at micro lots for, let's just say, approximately 4 to 6 weeks, give or take, right? Well, then what? Then we're going to move you up to a mini lot. You're going to start trading mini lots. Let's just say you're there for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then guess what? Eventually, in due time, you're going to start off at standard lots. You know, my great buddy, a lot of you may or may not have heard of him, but he's here at MTI. He's known globally around the world. His name is Joshua Martinez. He's a professional trader, known very well internationally. And, you know, he actually started off, when he first started trading, he opened up his account with 500 bucks. 500 US dollars, that's what he started off with. That's all he had. He turned that $500 initial, you know, investment, funding his account with that, into $39,000. So he turned $500 into $39,000. Okay, so is there light at the end of the tunnel? Is there hope? Absolutely. But if you got to take small steps, you got to take small steps. Fair enough? So once again, that's what I wanted to show you. You know, if that made sense, just type in a Y for yes, and I'm going to move on real quick. But just type in a Y for yes so that I can know that this made sense to you. I didn't confuse you with this whole, you know, doubling your account, you know, depending on where you have to start, all that good stuff. All right, perfect. Thank you, everybody, for that. Awesome. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the market here. All right. So our last opportunity was a sell. So at this point, what are we doing? Well, I'm waiting for my next opportunity. How many of you can tell me what you would do right now? You have a candle above the teal blue line. You have a green indicator. Right? Absolutely. I'm going to place a buy right there. Okay? So I'm buying. I'm now back to living my life, waiting for the market to do its thing, take its course, and take a look there. The market actually drops, and that goes in the opposite direction of what we wanted it to, and so we took a loss. So we got into the market right here. We got out right here. How many of you can tell me, how many pips did we just lose? Bingo. Great job, everybody. 31 pips, right? So we are down. We lost 31 pips. Okay? Well, how much is that? 310 bucks. How many of you would be okay losing $310 or losing 31 pips after you just won 202, 231, 116? Would you be okay with that? Yeah, absolutely, right? It's part of the game. And listen, anyone who tells you, anyone out there that tells you, you know, oh, you're never going to lose, you're going to win 100% of the time, listen to me. They're lying to you, you know, and don't, I'd walk away, okay? Here's why. Because there's no such thing as an undefeated season unless somebody made one trade, they won, and they never traded again. Okay, they have the claim to fame. But realistically, if you want to make, you know, 15, 20 or more trades and plus throughout your lifetime, and you want to make this a career or be very successful at it, you will incur losses. But we teach equity management. You have to trade with equity management in mind. You know, don't over leverage your account. We teach all that. But anyways, this is what I mean when we say keep your profits high and keep your losses small. All right? Fair enough? So let's go ahead. Let's advance the market forward. And I'm now waiting for my next opportunity. All right? So we had a little loss. Now, yeah, we have candles above the teal blue line, but we have a red indicator. Okay? That's not what we're looking for. So once again, because I just took a little loss, what I'm doing now, and I see a bunch of sideways movement, I'm going to actually wait until I see a more consistent direction because of the little loss and because of the, look at that. Take a look at how it's riding that teal blue line, right? So once again, if that makes sense, let me know. If that makes sense, let me know that you understand why I'm bypassing that teal blue line, because it's just simply riding it, right? And so take a look now. How many of you, is it fair to say, how many of you would be confident in placing a trade right now, selling? How many of you would be okay and confident to do that? Bingo. I would, absolutely, okay? And so at this point, what are we doing? We're now selling. We're back into the market selling. We're living our life, doing the things that we love. All right, and you know what? If you wanted to personally wait until the market got to here to sell, you could if you wanted to. Okay, not a problem. We do teach how to obviously how to utilize this system in its entirety. So once again, take a look. We're now selling. We're going to advance the market forward. We're simply living our life. We're doing the things that we enjoy. Maybe you're out golfing. You're spending more quality time with your significant other, right? Your spouse, your children. You're at the park. You're at the beach. You're doing the things you love. Maybe if you're retired, you can say, you know what? I know in 5-6 days I can generate this type of income, and I want to go on a little beach trip, or whatever it is for you that you want to do. Maybe you want to get out of debt. Maybe you just want to pay off that credit card. I don't know what it would honestly do for you, or what your dreams are, but that's personal to you, right? And so I'm telling you a little bit about my life, but it's not about me, right? It's about you. And so what are the things you love to do, and what would this allow you to really do? And take a look here. Where the candle crosses back above the teal blue line, that's all I need to see. I am now going to get out. Let's go ahead and capture our pips. And at this point, let's see how many pips we just generated, okay? We got into the market right there. All right, we got out right there. We're up 74 pips. All right. Hey, Laird, buddy, that's a great question. I'd like to answer that. If you want, put your phone number down, and you can speak to me personally. I'd love to answer that for you, buddy. All right. So once again, take a look. We're up 74 pips. All right. So 74 pips or $740, right? So you know what? How many of you would be okay? How many of you would be okay with 74 pips, right? Yeah, it may not be as big as some of the others, but how many of you would take that, right? I certainly would. And so once again, let's see what happens next. All right, how many of you see the green indicator right here? And look at the size of that candlestick. I'm simply going to reverse my position. We are now going to buy, so I'm now buying into the market, and I'm back to living my life. I'm doing the things that I love, spending quality time with the people I want to spend quality time with. Maybe you go from working full-time to part-time. Maybe you quit your job in its entirety. We have a handful of students that were actually able to do that. That's just what their dream was. Maybe it's going to allow you to travel more. It's really personal to you. But take a look. How many of you feel, based on what I'm showing you, how many of you feel this is something you can do? Right? Type in a Y for yes if this is something that you feel you can do based on what I'm showing you. Right? Is it complicated? Is it simple? Do you really see how many of you would enjoy using something like this? How many of you would be more confident, right? And so there it is. We crossed back below the teal blue line, okay? And based on that, let's go ahead and see how many pips we generated. Now, I know a lot of you are likely catching along to what I'm doing and what I'm showing you. And so, all right, so right now we're up 103 pips. All right, so we're up 103 pips, or 1,030 US dollars. So at this point, what I want to do is this. Let's take a look real quick. Based on 6 weeks of trading, let's see where we're at right now. Fair enough? We're up 1,030 plus 2,020 plus 2,310 plus 1,160 plus 740 is 7,260 minus our loss of 310, $6,950. So we're up $6,950 profit in 6 weeks' time. How many of you would be okay generating $6,950 profit in 6 weeks' time? How many of you would be okay with that? How many of you have already generated almost $7,000, okay, in 6 weeks? What would that do for you? Does that make sense? Would it allow? See, me personally, I just wanted more breathing room. I didn't want to just be financially strapped. You know what I mean? I just wanted to put a full tank of gas in my car personally. But what would it do for you? Allow you to get out of debt, send the kids to college, get out of some maybe student loans, or finally retire, or have a more fun retirement, or bring the wife home from work, take the kids out of daycare, get a new vehicle, just take yourself on a nice trip. I don't know, but you have to ask yourself, what would that allow you to do? Now, let's go ahead and do this. What I want to do is I went ahead and I expanded the charts, and what I want to do is this. I'm going to remove this system, and I want to ask you all a question. How many of you feel that you would have been able to get the exact same results without this, right, without the system? How many of you feel that, Mike, I would have gotten the same exact results without the system? All right, well, I do appreciate, I'm getting not me, no way, not me, I don't think so. Well, I would have been the same way. I would have been like, no way, I would have loved to, but there's not a chance, right? Now, one thing I will tell you what's pretty cool is that, you know, MTI, we actually teach you how to read this market, okay? So while the system is showing you what it's showing you, you will actually be educated to the point where you can actually go, I know why the system is doing that. Fair enough? So once again, that's the FX Turbo Trader, and what I want to do now is this. I want to ask you all a simple question. How many of you are busy, or how many of you just like simplicity? How many of you like something that's maybe automated, where you can it trades automatically for you, or maybe just automatically sends you alerts via text message or email to your phone and tells you when to get in or when to get out and what to do? Maybe you're out living your life and your phone buzzes and it tells you exactly what to do. You notify your broker and that's it. Or maybe it automatically just places the trade for you. Okay, so yeah, it's automation. Denise says automation's great. Well, that's why this is the Turbo Trader Auto. Now, this is on the Euro and JPY, which is the Japanese yen currency pair, on a 240-minute time frame. Now, I did not tell you something prior, and I wanted to tell you real quick. The FX Turbo Trader, that system can be used on any currency pair and on any time frame. It is not specifically just for the currency pair that I showed you. It is actually applicable to any and all currency pairs and time frames, just in case any of you were wondering. All right, so once again, let's get back to the Turbo Trader Auto. So what do these mean? Well, the red indicator means the market's going, what? Down, right? Virgil, we are able to provide you with all that information if you'd like, buddy, not a problem. All right, if you have a green indicator, what do you think the green indicator will do? Green indicator means the market's going up. So red means down, green means up. Now, what do you think we're going to do? How many of you see these different arrows? Well, what do the arrows mean? The arrows simply mean, yep, when you have a green arrow, you buy. When you have a red arrow, you sell. Does that make sense? So we've now answered, okay, 2 of our 3 questions. We know where the market's going. We know where to get in. So as soon as those arrows pop up, that would be equivalent to a text message or an email to your phone telling you exactly what to do, or the automated system automatically trading for you, okay? What I like to call this is passive income, okay? So once again, let's look at this green line, this green arrow. Let's go ahead and place the trade, all right? Now, how do we know when to get out? We're going to get out when we have a red arrow appear. We're going to take our profit. We're going to reverse our position. Fair enough? Let's advance the market forward. If you can all please be so kind as to let me know, type in the word now, okay, when it's time to get out. When it's time to take our profits and reverse our position, go ahead and just type in the word now. Let me know, okay? So take a look there. How many of y'all would have liked the ability to just have that system predict that it's going to skyrocket upwards? How many of you see that? And so once again, we're living our life, doing the things that we love to do. I'm just waiting for that arrow. I'm just waiting for the notification to my phone, and there it is. How many of you see that? The notification, I just got a text message, or it automatically took me out, reversed my position, and based on that one single trade, let's see, we got into the market right here, right there. All right, we got out right here. I am up, let's see, 181 pips. You see that? How many of you see the pips? 181 pips. All right? Yes, Mike, it absolutely does, buddy. So we're up 181 pips, or $1,810. Trade 1. What do you think we're going to do now? What did I tell you earlier? Besides take our profit, right? We're going to reverse our position. Well, what does that mean? We're selling. Now take a look how the market's moving up. Most people that placed that trade, they would have actually got out, okay, because they would have been like, oh boy, I was wrong. But when you're utilizing a system that has an excellent track record, all right, and we can actually show you all that information, of course, but when you're looking at something like this, how many of you would like to be able to just to predict that the market's going to drop or it's going to skyrocket, which direction it's going to go in, and literally you're just more confident? What are you doing at this point? You're living your life, doing the things you love. Maybe you're out golfing, surfing, at the movies, doing the things you love, Maybe you're on the island. Maybe you're taking a nap, right? And you're just waiting for the market to tell you what to do. So maybe a couple days go by, and I'm just waiting for that notification to tell me what to do. And the moment that notification appears, that's all I need to go, all right, boom, and there it is. How many of you see that? So there's the notification. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my profit. The best part is what? Take a look at how many pips we generated. So at this point, let's see. All right, we are up 99 pips, okay? So we're up 99 pips off that trade. So 99 pips, okay, or $990. Fair enough? All right, not bad, 2 trades. Well, what do you think we're going to do now besides take our profit? We are going to what? Reverse our position. All right, we reverse our position. We're now buying. We're back to living our life. We're doing the things we love. Maybe you're, if you notice, I'm constantly talking about surfing and the water. I'm a water junkie. I absolutely love being in the water. But so whatever you love doing, you're out doing it, spending quality time. And all right, let me see. Kevin, yes, you can, buddy. Absolutely. All right. And so let's take a look here. All right. And Dennis, yes, it does, by the way. All right, so let's take a look. How many pips did we just generate? Okay. You generate, you got in here, you got out here. Why? Because the arrows told you to, and you're up 89 pips. All right? So we're up 89 pips. All right, 89 pips, or $890. Not bad. All right? Let's go ahead, and let me show you one more example real quick as to how this holds true. What do you think we're going to do right now besides Virgil? The red indicator means the market's going down. The green indicator means the market's going up. So we're going to take our profit. Let's reverse our position. We are now selling, doing the things we love, and all I'm waiting for is that indicator, and there it is. The arrow popped up. Let's see how many pips we generated. We got into the market right here. I got out right here. We are up 106 pips. You see that? All right, so 106 pips. So 106 or $1,060. How many of you feel that, how many of you would like to honestly trade with something like this, okay, that's automated, it automatically can do this? Listen to this. We just literally, we were in this market for 6 days. That's it. So in 6 weeks. So in 6 weeks' time, we made 1,060 plus 890 plus 1810 plus 990 is 4,750. So we made $4,750 profit, okay, in 6 weeks' time. How many, do you understand that if you set this system to auto trade for you, okay, literally, and you just let it sit for 6 weeks, this is where you would be at the end of 6 weeks. Now, am I telling you don't ever want to check your charts? No. Am I telling you that you never want to learn how to read the market? No, I'm not telling you that, okay? Of course you want to learn how to read the market, but I'm just showing you that if you ask me, someone actually asked me earlier, I forgot to answer, they're like, Mike, do you actually use these? I use the FX Turbo Trader on every trade I make, and I do most certainly use what I'm showing you right now, okay? So once again, in 6 weeks' time, what we generated now is $4,750 profit in 6 weeks' time. Fair enough? All right, how many of you find value in what I'm showing you right now? Right? How many of you feel it's something you can actually do and something you'd be able to benefit from? Now, what I'm going to do is this, okay? I probably shouldn't even tell you this right now, but I will, okay? I am going to be, let's just say I'm going to be throwing in a fast, something special today, all right? And I want to do is I want to show you something today that's actually going to, I'm going to show you one of my favorite systems. This system I'm showing you right now is one of the most sought-after systems, really. It's the one that a lot of people are talking about right now. And just to give you an idea, this one system alone in the last 12 months, in a 12-month time frame, has captured over 6,300 pips, okay? That's over $63,000, all right? So what I'm showing you right now, this is actually called the FX Annihilator. All right, this is capable to work on 3 main currency pairs, and the one I'm showing you right now is this is the Australian dollar and the Japanese yen. Okay, so once again, let's take a look at how the system works. How many of you see this cross right here. You see the cross? All right? Don't think too detailed. I promise you, okay? You're like, what are the indicators? What do they mean? Just don't get too detailed this second. I don't want you to miss the point of the system, okay? So when you have the red and the purple cross, when they cross, that's when you're going to get in. An arrow is going to appear, and that arrow represents what you want to do when that cross happens. So basically what you want to do is what do you think you want to do when you see the red? The red arrows means you want to sell. So check this out. If I advance the market forward, all right, I'm waiting for the cross. How many of you see what just popped up on my screen? This is what would pop up on your phones telling you you just got alarmed. It's telling you the date and the time of when you want to get in. It's telling you to short the market. It's telling you to sell at 91.35. So if you click the candlestick, take a look at that. All right? So I know that it's this one right here. I have 2.7, time is 10, 91.35. I'm going to short it. How many of you would like to receive alerts like that? And take a look at this. Let's advance the market forward and let's see what happens. All right? So I'm going to advance the market forward. Now remember, I'm going to stay in this trade until those two, the purple and the red lines, all right, until they intersect. So I'm going to advance the market forward, and once again, I'm simply waiting for the market. I'm waiting for this to cross to tell me what to do. Boom, right there. Not only did I get alerted, but let's go ahead and see how many pips we generated. Okay, so in this case, we got in right here, right? I got in at this candlestick right there, all right, and I got out right here at the close of that. 114 pips. Fair enough? All right, so right now we are up 114 pips, or 1,140 US dollars. All right, one trade. As a matter of fact, let me do this so we can all see this a little bit better here. All right, so let me bold that, 12 that. Okay, thank you. All right, so there we go. Now, what do you think we're going to do at this point? Because take a look here. Not only did we have a cross, all right, but Barney, that's a great question. Virgil, great question. Our education does cover that in its entirety, by the way, okay? So take a look here. We have our green indicators, okay? Well, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm now going to buy. I'm now buying, living my life, doing the things that I love, and take a look at that. How many of y'all would like to have a system that can predict literally the market's going to skyrocket like that? And I'm just waiting for the market to cross. There's my alert. My alert pops up. Let's go ahead and see how many pips we generated. So I got into the market right here. I reversed my position, and I got out right here. How many people can tell me how many pips that is? Someone type that in. That's 319 pips. Okay? How many of y'all would like to generate off one trade 319 pips? Or 3,190 US dollars off one trade. Okay? So what am I going to do now? You guessed it, I'm now selling. I'm now selling. I'm living my life. I'm just simply waiting for the market to take its course, cross. Once I have my alert pops up. The cross is there. I got into the market right here. I got in selling. I got out the arrow. I am up 106 pips. All right. Hey, Larry, I'll tell you what, buddy. If you give me your phone number, I'd love to talk to you one-on-one, and I can actually provide you with all the information you need regarding that. All right? So once again, take a look, everyone. How many pips did we just generate? Right? Did anyone catch that? So once again, we got in right here. All right? We got out right here, and we are up 106 pips. Okay? So 106 pips, or 1,060 US dollars. All right? So 3 trades, and let me do this. I'm going to show you one more for the sake of the example. All right? Great job, Kenny. All right, so we got into the market. What are we doing? We're now buying. All right? Oh, and by the way, I just want to let everybody know, if any of you are wondering in the back of your mind, well, are any of these systems back-tested? Listen, we back-test every system you can imagine that we have, and everything I'm showing you has been back-tested, and we would actually and so I just want to let you all know that I'm not showing you stuff that isn't backtest. We backtest everything, and that's how I'm confident and able to tell you that we actually captured over 6,300 pips, over 63,000 US dollars if it was at a standard lot trade investment in 12 months, because we backtest everything. And so if any of you are wondering, well, how do you know that's how many you got? So in case you weren't aware of that. So once again, there's the alert. We got in. What do? We bought. So I got into the market right here. I got out right here, and how many pips is that? 144 pips. You see that? 144 pips. So let's go ahead and jot that down. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, 144 pips, or 1,440 US dollars. Now, as a matter of fact, I just want to confirm if I said 144 real quick. All right, so I got into the market right here. I got out right, or sorry, let me see. I just want to make sure I got everything on par here. All right, so I got into the market right there, got out right here. All right, yep, I was right. Cool, perfect. So once again, let's take a look. Let's see how many pips we just generated off this one system alone. Okay, so let's see, 1,440 plus 1,060 plus 3,190 plus 1,140 is 6,830. So 6,830 profit. All right, and that was in approximately, once again, 6 weeks' time. How many of you feel that what I'm showing you is something that you'd not only be able to use, but something that you would actually enjoy doing, and you would actually have more fun trading, and you would actually succeed at a higher level, right? How many of you feel that this is something that would be able to benefit you? And so once again, I'm showing you the FX Annihilator. I actually wasn't planning on showing it, but I decided to last minute, and you're going to see why here in just a moment, okay? So anyways, how many of you find the value of what I'm showing you right now? So if we just eliminate, let's just eliminate, the FX Annihilator, pretend I didn't even show you that. I mean, folks, if you add this up, that's over $11,000 just right there in itself, all right? So you have to ask yourself, what would you be able to do, especially to succeed at the level that I'm showing you? Now, a lot of you may be wondering, well, Mike, is that all we're going to learn? And my first response to you is no, absolutely not. And if you're wondering, well, what do you mean by that? Okay, today I just showed you three of MTI's many powerful strategies and techniques, all right? But I'm telling you, they have many powerful strategies and techniques, and unlike other educational experiences that you may have had in the past, MTI is going to give you a plethora of strategies and techniques, okay, to allow you to be ready for any turns the market may take. Now, take a look at these lists I'm about to show you. These are all strategies that you will be fully equipped and empowered with to use during any market condition. All right, once again, what I just showed you was just 3 techniques that MTI offers. All right, you will be equipped with all these strategies that you currently see. And these will allow you to take advantage of any market condition. Now, what I want to do is I want to quickly pull up our social media so you can hear from some of our students and some of our friends on Facebook. Now, these people are just like you. Okay, now as I'm pulling these up, what I want you to do is listen to the overall feel of our students. Are they happy? Are they profitable? More importantly, are they having fun? And as I'm pulling this up, I want to let you know that one of the main questions I had, okay, is this. The number one question I had is, okay, Mike, when I saw this presentation for the first time, I was like, you know what, that's great, all right, that's great that, you're showing me how successful I can be, all right, but how many people are truthfully succeeding at this, and how many people are really succeeding at that level you're showing, okay? And so let me go ahead and show you, all right? I'm going to go straight down to post a page. Feel free to find us on Facebook if you'd like. All right. Now, first thing I want to show you, and remember, I'm not showing you this to show them off. I'm showing you this so that you can see the reality of where you can be if you choose to. Okay? Because all these people were in your shoes at one point. Here's Nick Paisley. Nick says, OddCAD trading using one of the strategies we offer using the daily time frame to plan the trade, and so far I'm up 231 pips, expecting to make another 1,329 pips when it hits his goal, okay, the daily divot point. So once again, how many of you would like to generate 231 pips and have an expectation of another 1,329? All right, a lot of you heard me talk about the tipping point prediction. Well, I will let you know that once again, a lot of what you're seeing is success from a lot of the events that we actually tell you what to do and where to trade, which is pretty cool. So right here, here's JB Biff. He says, Aussie Fundy using straddle strategy. I closed out after 9 minutes, 159 pips profit. How many of you would like to generate 159 pips in 9 minutes? All right, if that's standard lot trade, that's over $1,500 in 9 minutes, okay? So once again, I'm just showing you here just to kind of get an idea of what kind of success is possible. Here's Ron Yates. The new FX Precision system is awesome. Opened my first trade yesterday using it and closed out this morning for 135 pips. Thank you, MTI, for the life-changing education. All right, once again, in one morning, 135 pips, not bad. All right, let's keep on moving here. Okay, show you a couple more. Here's Ibrahim. Ibrahim says, just raked in 529 pips using the USD basket trading. So 529 pips, not bad, right? And so, once again, here's Jason Stewart, was able to lock in 141 pips this morning, shorting the GBP and CAD before the announcement. 141 pips in one morning, okay? Not bad, right? Would you like to have that kind of success, okay? Do you see yourself, honestly, do y'all see yourself having this kind of success, truthfully? Do you believe you can do it? You know, because that's the first thing, is you have to believe you can do it. Here's Darko Asani. He says, traders, if you went up to 200 and 250 pips in one day, be smart and don't trade the next day or two. Okay, that's completely up to you. But once again, not bad. 200 and how many of you would like 200 pips in one single day? All right, here's another. Ibrahim, I bagged in 367 pips and 322 pips total, 689 pips for today, and it's Friday. Okay, so once again, I can go on and on. Here's Darko. He says, another great morning. It becomes a daily routine. All right. 288 pips, 163 pips, 36, 90, 25, 716 pips, over 1,000 pips. So once again, he posts another one. He says, woke up and saw this, right? Beautiful morning. And, you know, here's Sandra Osborne. Thank you, Josh. I made 151 pips this morning because of the free webinar you offered, okay? So once again, she is a student and a client, 151 pips in one morning. How many of you would like that, right? And so once again, I'm showing you this because all of these individuals were in your shoes at one time, okay, and they made the decision to move forward, and that's where they're at today. And yes, this success is on a weekly, monthly basis, and you can have the same level of success. So here's Christopher Atienza. He says, I do it again. I'm now up 600 pips since June 30th. Thanks, MTI, for the great tools and training. And here he shows us a snapshot of his account. You see that? And so how many of you get the picture, right? I could go on and on and on, and I'm not going to, but I just want you to get a feel and realize that, yes, this is real, and yes, you can succeed at this level. Last one I'm going to show you, Katrina Marie. Closed out on the odd CAD, net of 165 pips today, total of 334 pips for the week. Not bad, right? And so, once again, let me ask you, right, do you think that Sandra, Jason, and all these other individuals, right, Wayne, Holly, do they all seem, do they sound like they thought it was worth the value, right? Do you think that they're glad they moved forward? I mean, do they sound happy? Do they sound profitable? More importantly, does it sound like they're having fun? So let me just quickly remind you that live each weekday, this is our tipping point prediction. As a client of MTI, you will receive exclusive information regarding a major market movement, and this is a 2,000 pip movement in one currency pair and a 1,000 pip movement on another. All right, well, what does that mean to you? Well, at $10 per pip, this is a $30,000 a year making opportunity between now and the end of this year alone. All right, just the other week, we generated over 300 pips, it's over 3,000 US dollars in just 1 week. All right, the next huge round of trades will be starting tonight, and you can be a part of this. So I'm telling you, if you want to have a huge advantage on this market, you cannot afford to miss out on this. But this is a special exclusive, and this is only for MTI students. All right, so let me ask you, okay, who wants to be one of our success stories? If that's you, type in a me. Awesome. Yeah, right? A lot of you are typing this. I see that. Jaya, Denise, Gladys, Veronica, Bilal, Ariel, Kenny, Kevin, Una, and everybody else, right? Well, you can be through the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Now, this program is the most complete, the most comprehensive, easy to use, step-by-step system on the planet. Okay, take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. People like John R. Now, he's an engineer from Grapevine, Texas. John says what they teach you, how they teach you, when to get in and when to get out, when to stay out. That's a big thing. Basically, it's a full understanding of how the market works. So we are going to start you off in the fast lane with the 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live. All right, now for a lifetime, you will be able to attend either live in beautiful Lake Mary, Florida, or attend in the comfort of your own home. All right, in the first 2 days of this 3-day event, all right, you will get an in-depth and thorough understanding of the lessons that you will go through in MTI's education. Now, on the 3rd day, you will get to experience live practical application of the principles taught in these lessons, and while you're applying these principles, if a trade setup presents itself, you will have the benefit of a Forex market veteran to help you potentially make money on the spot. So folks, once again, I am going to give you a lifetime of access to this class, and for those of you that are in here and that are ready, MTI's next 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live class will be August 13th through the 15th. However, there's, as you can see, only 3 seats left, so you're going to want to act very quickly. And just to let you know, we do have another class coming up on August 23rd through the 25th, all right? So just want to let you know if you want to jump in the next one, and I also want to let you know the dates for the following one as well, all right? So once again, if you want to take advantage of that, you're going to want to reserve your seat very quickly. So it doesn't matter if you're a brand new novice Forex investor or if you have some prior Forex trading knowledge. Okay, rest assured that with this 3-day event, all right, you will be starting off the right way. Learn and trade 7 trading strategies unique to MTI. You'll gain instant gratification and have an edge on approximately 99% of all Forex traders. You will leave with a full and complete understanding, all right, of how this market works and how to trade it successfully, and you will gain the confidence that will come from instructor-led education. All right, you'll build your own skill set that will begin to potentially transform your life right now. And again, you will be getting this for a lifetime. Now, once finished with the 3-day class, you're not done there. You will receive the Financial Freedom Online University. Now, this is a 16-week, at-home, self-paced, on-demand, step-by-step learning package that will ensure that you understand how to properly trade the Forex market. Now, this will drive home the principles that you learned in the 3-day Wealth and Freedom class, okay? Now, you will have access to this for a lifetime. So if you like what I showed you in the 3 steps to Forex trading success, then this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. All right, you're also going to receive the Wealth and Acceleration software package, and if you like what you saw in the live market, then this package will benefit you greatly. You will receive the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto, all right, which can automatically place trades for you. The Fibonacci tool that made this market so easy, and you have the ability to have the software email and or text message you alerts right to your phone or automatically place trades for you. All right, this is what the pros use, and so I am going to include this today as well. So let me hear from you the last time you made money from receiving a text message, right? Think about that. You're out living your life, and boom, a text literally tells you what to do. Well, I am going to give you a full year, 12 months access up front. In addition to that, I want to include some powerful tools to really help you master this market. And so how many of you are like me and you absolutely love checklists, right? How many of you would love to know exactly what to do step by step by step? Well, for those of you that are just like me, I am going to include the step-by-step Pro Traders checklist, but you have to take action today, all right? Not 3 months from now, not 6 months from now, not 12 months from now, but today, all right? Now, what I didn't even talk about and what I feel is the most powerful tool that you will have access to is the Analyst On-Demand Room. Now, this room is hosted by live professional analysts, all right, and they literally monitor the Forex market 24 hours per day. How much money do you think you could be making by logging into this room and asking MTI's professional analysts where they think the market is going? Better yet, what if you could ask the analysts exactly where they think you should enter into your trades or exit out of your trades for profit? You know, how many times do you think, man, I would love to place this trade, but I wish I had someone next to me that knew what they were doing that I can kind of go, hey, what would you do? Right? Well, you can have a professional by your side 24/7, right? I actually use them, so it's pretty cool. So quit wondering if you did things right. Just simply log in and ask. All right, in addition to that, you are also going to get something really special. Now, this is the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship Program. So imagine this. All right, picture having a mentor that's a 25-year veteran and the founder of Market Traders Institute virtually right in your home to take you by the hand and know exactly what to do. We'll take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship, which is part of the Ultimate Traders Package on demand. People like John G. All right, John, he's retired. He's from Fishers, Indiana, and John says that's where the Chief came in and brought it down to my level, and he made me understand. He also made me understand that I don't have to know everything. I can learn it as I go, and I can go from here. But he gave me the opportunity to get started. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. In addition to all of that, we are going to include the Rapid Results Profit Plan. So how many of you want to know the exact steps, step by step, to get your goals? Well, we have laid it out in such a format so you have a step-by-step plan to know exactly how long it will take for you to achieve your specific financial goals based on your personal trading strategy. And that's what I was talking about when we were in the live market. All right? Now, in addition to that, which I think can help you even more, how many of you are looking for a roadmap? How many of you are looking to know exactly what to do to accomplish your goals? And so here's what we did. We created the Success Now roadmap, and it's going to show you how to have more success now. You are going to find the best places to find success, and you are going to know exactly what to do. Now, I believe in this package so much, and I am so passionate about your success that when you do the right thing and you take action now, you will have our personal 100% satisfaction guarantee. All right? You have 60 full days, 2 full calendar months to go through the entire education. And if for whatever reason you feel, you know what, Mike, this is not for me, no problem, we will give you your money back. This is a zero-risk opportunity. Everyone, type in the question section now, what kind of risk is this? Absolutely. It's a zero-risk opportunity. That's right, everyone. So I encourage you, take action now. So let's go over the value of the education that you'll be receiving. You're going to receive the 3-day Wealth and Freedom event, right? Experience, the Financial Freedom Online University, the Wealth Acceleration Software Package, the Analyst on Demand, the Step-by-Step Pro Traders Checklist, the FX Chiefs Fast Track Mentorship Program, the Rapid Results Profit Plan, the Success Now Roadmap. Folks, this is all valued at $12,610. Let me ask everyone in this room a question. If all this package did for you was teach you and show you how to make several thousands of dollars per month, month after month after month, would it be worth the investment? Yes or no? Stop and think about it. If all this package did for you is help you so that you can make sure that you have the money to retire with, would it be worth the investment? Maybe for those of you that are close to retirement age, is it worth it for you? Right? Type in a yes or no. And if all this package did for you is help you earn enough money to travel around the world and spend more quality time with your family and loved ones, would it be worth the investment? Yeah, Veronica, Kevin, Brian, everyone else that's typing in yeah. Awesome. Absolutely, right? So, I came here to empower, and I came here to serve. Okay? I came here today to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. So today, you're not going to pay $12,000. You're not going to pay $10,000. You're not even going to pay our cost in this education, which is $7,495. All right? Today, and today only, you have the ability to receive a $2,000 scholarship from us to you, making your one-time investment just $5,495. That's it. All right? And the reason we're offering that is here's why. Because for those of you that join our tipping point prediction, as I previously mentioned, you will be there for the setup. And this setup, all right, that's happening right now will set you up for the next huge round of trades today. And remember, this is a $30,000 opportunity between now and the end of the year. The other week alone, in 1 week, over 300 pips, over 3,000 US dollars, and the next huge round of trades will be starting tonight. So will you be taking advantage of this next huge round of trades? That's completely up to you, right? But once again, this is making your one-time investment just $5,495. So ladies and gentlemen, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers into the question section, and we will have an educational specialist reach out to you here in just a few moments. Now, for those of you that take action today, we are going to throw in a fast action bonus. Okay, it kind of slipped earlier when I was talking about it. We're going to slip in today as a fast action bonus the FX Annihilator. All right, so for all of those that type in their phone number right now and decide to take advantage of this, you will get this fast action bonus today, this FX Annihilator. Now, it does have a retail value of close to $1,000, but today we are going to give it away for free with the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Now, it generated over 6,380 pips in 12 months time at a standard lot trade position. That's over $63,000. So if you set that system to trade for itself and let it run for 12 months, that's literally what you could have generated if you just let it sit there and run for 12 months. All right? However, this is only going to be available for those of you that type in your phone number, and I believe they're only going to be giving away 7 of these. So it's really for the first 7 individuals that type in their phone number and take advantage of this. Those first 7 will receive the FX Annihilator today. So I do see that we have a handful of people that just already typed in their phone numbers. All right, I do see that. Now, once again, I will let you know that this is my definition of what I call passive type income, right? You know, where you're living your life, doing the things you love, spending time with those you love, and all while succeeding with just putting in minutes of your time. Would you take out 5 minutes a day to create this type of income? So once again, this is free, but it's only for those that take action today. And if you want to take advantage of the FX Annihilator, type in your telephone number now and type in the word today next to your number to let us know that this is what you want to take advantage of. All right, awesome, Kevin. Congratulations, buddy. Thank you, Kenny. We have your number. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Jeard. I see that. Yep. Thank you all of you, Gladys, and everyone else typing their phone numbers. I do see that, and our educational specialists are making note of that as well. However, once again, this is only available for the next 7 of you that do put in your phone numbers and take advantage of this. And so once again, that's the FX Annihilator, and we will be giving that away today. All right? So for those of you out there, I want you to understand that I came here today to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So for those of you that are sitting there thinking right now, you know what? I can't afford the opportunity, but I can't not afford to have this course. I am here to help you, and I am here to serve you. All right, so for those of you that take action right now, I am going to extend out to you 2 options. Option A is the $2,000 savings, all right, which is the MTI scholarship from us to you for paying in full today, all right, making your one-time investment just $5,495. And option B is the ability to get everything, including the 100% money-back guarantee, okay, for $1,000 down and flexible monthly payment options, all right? So if you're wondering, well, what are the flexible monthly payment options, just type in your telephone number with the initial B, reach out and speak to an educational specialist. They will go ahead and fill you in. So I want to let you know that for those of you that want to take the $2,000 scholarship and apply it towards the one price of $5,495, that is for option A only, okay? So at this time, folks, at this time, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers with either the letter A or B, letting us know which option you want to move forward with today. For those of you that have already typed in your phone numbers, if you can please be so kind as to just let us know, if you already wrote your number in, which option will best fit your needs today, whether you want to move forward with option A or option B. And at this time, I want to go ahead and just quickly congratulate the following individuals. Thank you, Jack. We do have your number. I see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Nick. I do have your number. I see you're going with option A today as well. Thank you, Jasmine. I see you're going with option B today. Thank you, Jeanette. I see you're going with option A. We do see that. We will have someone reach out to you here in just a moment. No problem. Thank you, Wade. I do have your number. I see you're going with option B today. Thank you, Kayla. I see you're going with option A today. All right? So once again, congratulations to all those individuals that are currently typing in their phone numbers. Smith, I see you are going with option A today. Thank you, buddy. One of our educational specialists will reach out to you here in just a few moments. So, all right? So I want to go ahead and just take a moment to congratulate all those individuals that are making the decision to win at this moment. All right? And, you know, let me just go ahead and remind you that the education I showed you today, all right, this is backed by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Yes, 60 whole days, 2 full calendar months to go through the education. Why? Because we have nothing to hide, right? You saw the success on our Facebook page, just a little bit, right? You saw the live market. You saw the potential. You saw what we offer. You can even trade with a live professional analyst every day if you want to. So once again, it's all about priorities, and it's all about what you want. Does that make sense? So, you know, if you're looking at cost as the thing, you know, as maybe the roadblock, here's what you have to ask yourself. In my opinion, it's about priorities, right? You know, where do you want to go? And so, because once again, we have nothing to hide, and we know that you're going to love this education so much, and you are going to place such an extremely high value on it, as well as learn more than you've ever learned before. We're that confident that within these 60 days, you will not only find the value, but most importantly, you will find the return on your investment, right? And isn't that what it's all about, a return on an investment? Well, how much money did we make in the examples that I showed you? Well over $10,000, right? Well, way over that. But imagine if right out of the gate you start making $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year, right? Well, that changed a few things. Now, do you think it was worth the investment? What about the successes you saw on our Facebook page? And so once again, I want to personally hear from you once you start succeeding, and especially when you come to attend one of our live events. All right, so once again, I want to just go ahead and congratulate all those individuals that are currently typing in their phone number. All right, Fernando, we do have your number. I see you are going with option A. Thank you, buddy. Kelly, I do have your number. I see you're going with option B today. Montgomery, thank you. I see you're going with option B as well. Andrew, I see you're going with option A today. And we will have an educational specialist reach out to each and every one of you. So congratulations to all those that are making the decision to win right now. Okay, so my friends, we at Market Traders Institute, we believe that you are worth the investment. Hands down, 100%, no questions asked. Okay, we believe that what we just showed you today is for you. Okay, however, the bigger question is, do you believe that you are worth the investment? Okay, if you believe that you are worth the investment, I want you to type in your telephone number with either A or B, all right, letting us know which route you want to move forward with. And remember, you have nothing to lose. Simply speak to an educational specialist, see what we can do for you, see maybe we can help you out with obviously the flexible monthly payments or option A, whichever you prefer. But once again, have the confidence knowing that we are going to give you 100% approval. All right? The question is, do you think you're worth the investment? If not, no, it's okay. Some people aren't ready to succeed at the highest level yet. All right? Because obviously you can generate a lot of money, and some people are, might not be able to handle that right away. But once again, it's completely up to you. So when you're part of the family, it doesn't matter if you go with A or B. When you're part of the family, we treat every individual just alike. The question is, do you want to be the next success story? Are you ready to stop wondering, waiting, wishing, and hoping? And are you ready to start doing? All right? And that's what all those individuals that you saw on our Facebook page have done. And so that's the question you have to ask yourself today. Or are you going to let another 1 month, 3 months, 6 months go by where you're still scratching your head wondering what you should do when you could have made thousands upon thousands of dollars in that time frame? So if you answered yes to both these questions, I encourage you to take action now. All right? My friends, let me ask everyone in this room these questions so that I know that I've done my absolute best to explain the systems to you. All right? Have I shown you enough information to allow you to make a conscious decision to say, yes, I want to be a Forex trader? Awesome. Thank you, Sean and Denise and everybody else is typing in yes. Have I shown you enough information to allow you to say, I can have fun being a Forex trader? Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for those responding. All right? Well, if you answered yes to both these questions, I want you to type in your telephone number into the question box now with either option A or option B, all right, whichever you want to move forward with, and take advantage of our 100% financing if you need it. Denise, thank you. I see that you're going with option B today. Thank you. We do have your phone number. Thank you, Emmanuel. I see you're going with option B. Emmanuel, if you haven't already typed in your phone number, if you can please do so that we know how to reach out to you. Thank you, Emmanuel. I do see that. Thank you, buddy. All right. And so once again, if you're seriously interested in succeeding and you feel this will best fit your needs, type in your telephone number and let us know which option will best fit your needs. I do see that, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. I see you are going with option B today. Thank you. We will have someone reach out to you here in just a moment. So once again, it's a win-win situation. Why? Because you're going to look at the information within your 60 days to review it, all right? And I guarantee, I can almost assure you that if you really go through the education, okay, you're going to literally learn so much. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to find the value. You're going to be happier, all right? So once again, I want to congratulate all those out there that are making the decision to win. Now, somebody one time said, well, you know what, Mike, money is not the answer, to all happiness. Money doesn't make everyone happy. You're right, okay, I understand. But I'll tell you this, if I threw a wad of cash at all of my problems, okay, back in the day, it would have wiped out about 95% of my problems, okay, because that 95% of my issues all revolved around financials, all right? So once again, it's about moving forward. And when I heard that, I kind of started laughing, and I was like, my gosh, that's so true, right? And so, I'm not a money-hungry guy, but I'm telling you that when you have room to breathe, that's when you're most happy, because then you get to focus on other things you love doing, like maybe diving or traveling, but most people have passions they don't even know about because they're so busy worrying about finances, right? So Daryl, thank you, Daryl. We have your number. I see you're going with option B, buddy. We will have someone reach out to you here in just a few moments, all right? So once again, if you're interested in this education, it's at least worth a phone call. This presentation will not be going on all night, so it is time for you to make a decision as I go ahead and bring things to a close here in just a moment, okay? So I came here to empower, and I came here to serve today. I came here to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. So today, you're not going to pay $12,000. You're not even going to pay our cost, which is $7,495. Today and today only, we are going to offer you a $2,000 scholarship from us to you, all right, making your one-time investment just $5,495, all right? However, this is because, if you're wondering, this is because we want you to join our tipping point prediction. That's why we are offering this right now. Go ahead and get in on the next huge round of trades. Now, once again, that's making your one-time investment just $5,495. You have 2 full calendar months to go ahead and go through the education. And folks, I see a lot of you are typing in your phone number as we speak. Don't forget, we are going to throw in the FX Annihilator on top of everything that we already discussed. That in itself is $1,000. Okay, sorry, it's $995. All right. People are purchasing that system left and right, and we are going to offer it and just give it to any of you that take advantage of the system today, and that is for today and for those that were part of this webinar tonight. All right. So once again, I just wanted to let you know, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers. We will make some last-minute notes on those that do go ahead and type in their number with which option. We will have someone reach out to you. So once again, I came here to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So this premier education, which is backed by our 60-day 100% money-back guarantee, is normally just $7,495. But ladies and gentlemen, the neat thing about working with MTI is that your investment today isn't even going to be $7,495. All right? What we're going to do, how would it be if we basically gave you back $2,000 for paying for this package in full? This means your final price for option A is $5,495, or get involved for $1,000 down in flexible monthly payments after that for option B. However, keep in mind that if you want to receive the $2,000 scholarship, that is for those that go with option A only, okay? So for those of you that go with option B, understand that it will be the $7,495 price, but it's just $1,000 down, flexible monthly payments. So just want to go ahead and let you know that. And so that's the difference between option A and option B. So at this time, folks, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers, letting us know whether you want to go with option A or option B. Nick, thank you, Nick. I do have your number. I see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Paul. I have your number. I see you're going with option A today as well. Thank you, Susan. I see you're going with option B today. Ron, thank you, buddy. I do have your number. I see you're going with option B as well. And Madison, I see you're going with option A today. So I want to go ahead and congratulate those individuals that just typed in their phone numbers, and here's why. Because they were sitting there, wondering, man, is it for me? I don't know. Can I do this? Is it really for me? Is this really going to work for me? But you know what? You took advantage of your gut instinct, and you made the decision to win. And you decided that you are ready to win at the highest level, and you're ready to move forward, and you're ready to stop waiting, wanting, wishing, and hoping, and you're ready to start doing. And that's exactly what you did. You basically, I commend you for stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? Because most people don't know how to step out of their comfort zone, and that's why they are where they're at. They're great people, great hearts, and I believe that they're capable of doing whatever they want to accomplish, but most people can't get out of their comfort zone. Why? Because it's comfortable. It's normal. There's no challenge. There's no fear. There's nothing. It's just neutral. And so, the longer you stay in it, you're not really going to get anywhere. The definition of insanity is do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, because you won't. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. Does that make sense? And so anyways, it's a big deal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's why I commend you for that. Because if you place limits on yourself, those are self-imposed limits, and it's your responsibility to take the limits off, understand that you are made to win, and you can accomplish anything you want to accomplish, all right? The question is, do you want it that bad? Do you want to succeed bad enough? This, to me personally, this was non-negotiable, because I worked too hard to end up where I was at. I worked way too hard to not be able to just go on a vacation or do what I wanted, or if I had a flat tire, that was like the end of it for me. It bankrupted me, right? Stuff that small, I was like, I'm better than this, And so once again, I thought I was worth the investment. If you think you're worth the investment, here's your chance. Type in your number with option A or option B. Speak to somebody. Speak to an educational specialist at MTI. It's at least worth a phone call. What do you honestly have to lose? The only thing you have to miss out on, the only thing you have to lose is accomplishing all your dreams. That's it. Because we're giving you a 60-day money-back guarantee. So, folks, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers. And once again, this presentation will be coming to a close here in just a second. So it is time for you to make a decision now if you truly want to take advantage of this, and if you honestly like what you saw, you believe in it, you feel that it's the best, they're going to fit your needs, you'll have the tools in your hand starting tonight, and we're going to give you the FX Annihilator. You can literally set those up, start trading tonight if you truly want to. So once again, I want to give all those that are on the fence one last chance to either make the decision to win or make the decision to not move forward with this. All right, so it's completely up to you. But for those of you out there that are still on the fence, I'm going to give you one last chance to type in your number with which option you want to move forward with if that's you, and I will bring this to an end. So at this time, I want to quickly congratulate Henry. Henry, buddy, I'm really, really proud of you. I can't wait to meet you in our Wealth and Freedom Live event. I see you are going with option A. Thank you, Henry. I see that. Milo, thank you, Milo. I do see that you are going with option B. All right. Philip, thank you, Philip. I see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Jude. I see you're going with option A today as well. I see that. Not a problem, buddy. All right. Ethan, thank you, Ethan. I see you are going with option B. We will have somebody reach out to you here in just a few moments. All right. I do see that. Ron, thank you. I do see you are going to be going with option A. Thank you for that. And once again, folks, I am going to go ahead and move on here. But if anyone's out there, I'm going to give you one last second here to make that decision to win if that's you. Don't miss out on your last chance as the presentation is coming to a close. Sammy, I commend you, buddy. I see you're going with option A. And you know what? Once again, I can't wait to personally meet you because I respect boldness. I respect courage, especially those that make the decision to win. And you know what? It's not easy to win. And that's why a lot of people work hard, but, you know, what do you define as success? Does that make sense? And so I commend you for that. Congratulations, buddy. We'll have someone reach out to you here in just a moment. All right, so what if I could do something even better than this? Now, how many of you right now, you're excited? You know you want to make the money. You know you're ready to do this. And you'd like for me to give you an opportunity to get a full tuition reimbursement. You may be asking, Mike, what is a full tuition reimbursement? Simply put, any investment made in this education can be returned to you in full through our referral program. However, you only have 90 seconds to act starting right now. My timer just started. So for those of you that want to receive a full tuition reimbursement, type in your telephone number with the initials TR next to your number. We will go ahead and we will know exactly what that means, and we will get you more information on that. All right? So I am going way out on a limb here. All right? All I'm going to ask you to do is type in your number with the initials TR, all right? And we will go ahead and make note of that. All right? So MTI has transformed the lives of people all over the world, all right? And we truly want you to experience the power of this. Now, keep in mind, this is through our referral program, all right? But if you're wondering, well, you know, what are the details? Just type in your number with the initials. We will fill you in, all right? Simply call in now. You know what? If you want to just simply call in now, the number is there on the screen. The lines will be very, very busy. I'm telling you right now. So if you call in and the lines are busy, just keep on calling, okay? Or somebody can reach out to you. But if I were you, especially if you want to take advantage of that FX Annihilator, it's for the first 7 only, you're going to want to probably call in because if you wait for us to call you, you know, what if we actually call you and you're after the 7th person, okay? We have way more than that that's typed in their number. So if you want to call in, you're welcome to do so. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick 10-second countdown when the time gets there, all right, to go ahead and end this presentation. So at this time, type in your number. Let us know with which option, or type in TR or call in now, all right? So once again, I'm going to go ahead and do a 10-second countdown here. And we are at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So with that, everybody, I want you all to remember that by developing the habits of successful people, you too will become a success. All right? Thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking to and sharing with each and every one of you. I am excited to have been a part of your learning experience, and I'm even more excited to be working with you during our next Wealth and Freedom Live event. I am now going to leave this webinar open for the next 5 minutes. All right? So please call in now or type in your number, and we will reach out to you. Thank you once again. Over and out. Denise, you're very welcome.